Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to speak to you today. I'm speaking today on behalf of the Climate Action Group Climate Fest, and I'm also a resident of Ward 11, where I'm one of the city's neighborhood climate action champions. And my project is the Home Retrofit Forum, which I don't know if any of you have seen, but I'm hoping. So there's a broad consensus that you can't control what you don't measure. This maxim is especially true of the response to the climate crisis. You also can't control those things whose measurement system is so complex and filled with scientific terms that only the learned few understand it. Control of our emissions will only be achieved if we have in place a measurement system whose rules are clearly defined and can be understood by people of all ages and backgrounds. Only in this way will Torontonians be able to monitor the city's progress toward net zero and a sustainable future. The publicly accessible accountability system of our carbon monitoring must make links between the financial decisions and carbon emissions abundantly clear to everyone, especially voters whose views and priorities tend to guide political decision makers. It must also make clear the impact of individual actions. For example, installing heat pumps, buying electric vehicles, using transit, using induction stoves, and the impact of those decisions on the carbon budget. It's been suggested that about 40% of carbon emissions can be eliminated through personal action. At Climate Fest, we agree that Council must approve the motions before you today. But more important is for the Council to direct the Division of Energy and Climate Environment and Climate, to develop a method to communicate with the public the need for a carbon budget and a clear means for them to monitor the proposed, what they're calling a dashboard, showing progress or lack thereof. We also agree that time is of the essence and that we must begin with the 2024 budget cycle, learn from our mistakes, and improve over time as data, tools, and processes are perfected. In closing, we want to commend the city's efforts to date to reduce its carbon emissions, but we urge you to work harder and more transparently to increase the likelihood that the city will reach its climate goals of 65% emission reduction by 2030. That's only 7 years. And net zero by 2040. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there questions of the Deputant? Okay, seeing none, thank you for joining.